condition, because he was born very prematurely, is one eye is completely closed by it, the other one's what we call oxygen scarring, which holds it out of position. And it's very fragile. The slightest knock on the head could make him completely blind.
Yes, okay, that's important.
Yeah, because I've said to people, this is an additional inhumane and cruel torture for me, because he may just think I'm going to punch him and teach him a lesson. He's going to make me blind forever, and that is very scary.
Yeah, I can understand.
He's already damaged my hearing, and because of that, nothing sounds right anymore, and that has massive implications for independent mobility anyway. I'm learning to adapt to it, but still.
So I'm just going to move on. I'm sorry you have to move on because you know it's such a long process.
Yeah.
On the 5th of December, Jack Connell attended Winwood Police Station and was interviewed under caution regarding his behaviour over the last 2 years. Jack Connell also provided a statement on this date documenting a vast amount of incidents involving your client and Jack Connell. So that's the time when he's made this report. Between that time and over the Christmas, Jack Connell learned of a number of YouTube posts,
yes,
alleged to have again attended the front door of 54 account, and further reports were made, and is alleged to have again attended. So this is so he's attended. Mr. Connell has since been arrested and bailed with strict conditions to return in 1 month. So what I've been told, the incident's posted on a petition for change org. Michael Hart is a paedophile, image of 2 years old child on YouTube. Michael received prank calls on the 3rd of January.
Wait, can you just go back a bit? I think we just.
This is this is actually the allegations against Jack. These are actually the allegations against, and you've reported receiving prank phone calls.
Yeah, but just go back 1 moment. The change.org petition.
I think maybe this is the note I made,
Okay.
that Michael Hart is a paedophile, and it refers to the image of a 2-year-old child on YouTube, that he put an image of a 2. So I think that was my note.
No. So what he actually said, we've got a screenshot of it. There are 2 of these. One with 3 images, two of me, one stolen from a social media account. One he took of me surreptitiously a year ago, and one of my father stole from a social media account. That post, he says, Michael and Nicholas Hart of 54 Cherry Lane are paedophiles. But he did.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah.
So both of us.
Yeah.
It's on that. That's why I've given you that.
Yeah. And on that one, he goes. He has hundreds of videos on YouTube of children. He doesn't say one video. He says hundreds.
Okay, so
if you look inside, I think there's some text stuff that goes.
Yeah. But there was a second one he put up, which is slightly different.
Michael Hart of Cherrywood Lane has made several videos of children in their own bad grammar. Yeah. He has, because he doesn't know how to spell, numerous cameras which look into people's homes, and has been warned by the police to stop recording children. Please keep your kids away from him. Okay.
I mean, one of the posts names me specifically. Don't know what that.
Yeah, no, that's the next door one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to follow it up, the same day he wrote to the charity of which I'm a trustee. He said, "Beware of Nicholas Hart. He's a dangerous person." I don't know, stuff like that.
So that's okay.
Okay, but just this is the way he does stuff.
So
I agree with your 21st, 31st, by the way.
Yeah. So and parenthetically, after he published the disgusting accusations on the Nextdoor platform, and also after he published the disgusting accusations on the Change.com platform, each time he emailed me from his work email address with his phone number and his email address and everything, with a screenshot of what he'd done. I mean, I literally have a confession.
They're aware of that. Emailed MH each time.
I mean, it was just like a ha sort of.
What he done, and obviously there was the sign on the side of the van saying Michael is a paedophile.
Yeah. First it said Michael was a paedophile. So Michael is a paedophile, but then he amended it to say Michael next door 54. Was it? So it was just next door. But he wrote something else on it.
Wrote in 54 Cherrywood Lane.
Oh yeah, 54. It was. Yeah.
Because he wrote in the address as well.
Oh, so he started with Michael and then he put the address in.
Yeah. And
but now later.
Vigilante, that's red rag to bull.
I mean, that is just beyond the pale.
And the police officers joked with him about it.
And they didn't even take the evidence. They just let him keep it. I wasn't allowed to look into my own CCTV system to genuinely help them with their inquiries because they were having trouble because reasons, yet he's allowed to keep key evidence of a crime. And that's not the only instant where that's
So he was
happened.
allowed to keep, was it a sign he put on?
Yeah, what it was, he had a sign about that big. I mean, it was really large. The other side of it was his advertising, saying JMC Properties, or Property, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he turned it round and used the blank side to write this on and just taped it to the side of his van.
With the police dutifully allowed him to take down himself with their help, where he could have just destroyed it immediately or burnt it or anything. I mean,
to take it down and keep the... Did you ever get a picture of it?
oh yeah,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
The sign.
I've got a video of him putting guitar.
Because that really is absolutely beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, I when the officer told me this, I said, "This is beyond the pale." I mean, that's all right. Okay, let me take a sip of water. Have you brought something yourselves to drink? Because
No.
obviously we've been here
No,
for a
yeah.
while.
Michael just had a cup of tea, but I'm going to get chucked out so I can go and
Yeah.
get myself something.
Yeah.
Yes. But Michael, do you need anything?
Not now.
I mean, they have horrible tea and coffee here.
Well,
But they
I've
have
had
quite-
worse.
They have quite decent biscuits. If you need a biscuit,
I'm fine.
you're fine. Okay. So
I don't know whether you want to insist. This was sorry, it's been a bit used, but this was a sample of the logs that he was keeping in 2021. They're a bit out of date, and then we did a better one, which is part of the bundle that the
just like this.
day
That's
after
very
day.
helpful, actually. I mean, that's going to be.
I mean,
And they
the
have
police have a copy of that.
Yeah.
They have a copy of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
I mean,
nice
by
lady-
keeping a log is, I mean, it's a contemporaneous note.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's admissible in evidence.
Well, yeah. Well, I have. The complaint against PC Tro was him saying that isn't evidence. That's just your notes. That won't be taken seriously in court. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, it depends. I mean, you would have to. You'd stand up in court.
Well, yeah, obviously you have to deduce the evidence and why it's relevant. Yes,
No, but I tell you, the reason he queried it is because the police are allowed to use their contemporaneous notes in evidence, and you could establish it if you produce that note contemporaneously.
well, exactly.
Did you type it in or did you dictate it?
I dictated it. Yes,
You dictated into your.
into my phone.
You dictated into your phone, so you made a contemporaneous
Yes.
note. You made a contemporaneous note. So if you said, because of my sight issues, I have
Exactly.
an app that I can
Yes.
record things contemporaneously
Exactly.
into my phone.
Yes.
And is there ever a verbal recording as well, or is it just go straight through?
No, it's straight voice to text.
Hmm?
Straight voice to text.
Um,
But I do.
Is it? Do you then? Are you able then to edit it afterwards?
Yes.
You can edit it, but there is a audit trail in there and all, so you can
Right.
see back versions and stuff like
The
that.
point is that going back to
But we have printed copies of this at various stages anyway,
Going
so
back-
it is fixed
going
in
back to
space.
2021, that formed part of the evidence bundle that Adrian Director Palmer from the independent living people put together for the police about all the harassment. I mean, the thing about that
Yeah,
tape.
because I think the point is the officer is can I tell you something? The Safer Neighbourhood Team officers are not the highest ranking officers, and so they can. I mean, I've shouted them down in my time. That you can't do this, blah blah.
Yeah.
They're the softies, but in fact, the issues that come up between neighbours are some of the most painful and difficult to resolve.
Yes, I've seen the programs. So, oh, you're parking my parking space. Your chimney's too low.
But, I mean, I speak here from experience of, and what they won't know is about giving evidence in court. But that if that's a printout of a contemporaneous note that's made as a result of you dictating to that, you could apply to the court to admit the whole log. You could apply.
Yeah.
Whether the prosecution would accept it as a contemporaneous note is another thing. But it is potentially a contemporaneous note.
But it is
5 minutes. Yeah.
But it is useful that it was at a time when no complaint of harassment against them was being made,
Yes.
so there was no reason to believe
Yeah.
that it would be.
It wasn't a way of saying,
Yeah.
oh, he did this,
Yeah.
justifying it.
Yeah.
So what I
So
want.
the one incident you haven't talked about, and just because I think you need to know. One of the